Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Yo, what's up, AAA family? It's your boy, Coach Smook here on the Reacts channel. And we're going to react to JD Pickell's, JD Pickell. I always do that man's name wrong. We're going to react to JD Pickell, JDP's thoughts on Alabama's QB1 decision being Keelin Russell. We were way ahead of the reports back in July. We had, and I'm gonna show y'all in another reaction video. It's more of a funny reaction video, just proof of how we've been in the know of what's going on. But On 3 always providing good, insightful topics and coverage. They're always pointing your boy in the right direction. I go with On 3 a lot of times when I'm looking at recruiting things of that nature, but always point me in the right direction. So just want to react to it. They just put it out about 20 minutes ago at this point, so I'm going to get into it. And we won't do no crazy editing on this one. You're just going to post it how it is.
Russell, not Keelon, which is important for us all to know. Keelin Russell. Tabbed as the guy. He beat Austin Mack out for the starting job for Alabama. What does he bring to the table for the Crimson Tide? Okay, we've talked about it a lot over the course of really this entire offseason, to be frank. But I think it's important to note here with Keelin, it's going to take a second. Keelin Russell's skill set, they are throwing him the keys to the car, and it's not like, hey, Keelin, make sure you drive that thing safely. Hey, Keelin, make sure that we don't, take the offense too fast. Kalen DeBoer, Ryan Grubb, quarterback-driven system. Not a game manager, not just, be cautious with the football. It is
Come on,
hey,
JD.
Keelin, we're giving you the keys. Go ahead and let that thing rip, baby. You're our guy. We trust you. Full throttle, wide open. Quarterback-driven system. They will go as Keelin Russell goes.
You know what? I want to kind of expound on that. I've been saying this for the longest. I think Alabama's offense has been limited due to the quarterback play. The offensive run game, the offensive line growth and production has looked so bad because of the lack of quarterback play, the quality of quarterback play. Jalen Monroe did a good job year one. They adjusted to him. Year two, you saw more of the Washington Ryan Grubb's play calling and system try to return, right, under Ryan Grubb. And you kind of got a sense that Ty Simpson had a grip on it, just didn't possess the skill set. And so now you have Keelin Russell and the excitement. Ryan Grubb, we saw the Ryan Grubb interview earlier. He's very excited about Russell.
Something to note with him when it comes to his skill set and what he provides here. Got a freaking whip for an arm. The ball jumps out of his hand. Pretty much everyone that watched him up close in Tuscaloosa or watched the 8A straight up period said that, yeah, the guy's got a little bit of a different arm talent to him. The thing that comes to mind for me with Keelin Russell, I feel like football personality is pretty big with this guy. And when I say football personality, I mean like who he is when the ball is snapped and it's time to go make a play. He's not second-guessing himself. He's not hesitant. He's not half-stepping. He is playing ball. He's prepared well. He knows
We talk about that pass so much on the show, chat.
Well, if he didn't know the system well, he would not have beat out Austin Mack, who had been in the system longer than him to be the guy in Tuscaloosa. And so I say all that to say, Alabama, with Ryan Grubb and Kalen DeBoer calling the show, they are at their best as an offense when they are pushing the envelope and throwing that thing downfield. They got some guys now in that receiver room. Ryan Coleman-Williams, revenge year, here for it. Dude's married, about to go change the world with him being married in that offense. I'm all the way here for it. Lottie Brooks. Hey, Cato saying might be the most underrated guy in college football. I don't disagree. New number who this Lottie Brooks, rocking that number 3 if I'm not mistaken. Sedarian Morgan. has been an absolute baller, it sounds like, this entire camp season for Alabama.
Dog. Got to speak with CD a few weeks ago, man.
I'm excited about
the young man. He was just, the opportunities are really there in the wide receiver room for the young guys to take advantage of some rotational reps. I wouldn't be surprised with Mathis. With Noah Rogers coming back, Mathis was trending up. Aubrey Walker and his speed. I guarantee you, man, the way that everybody feels right now with Keelin Russell starting at QB1, you're going to see, man.
Noah Rogers, when he gets back healthy, a guy they're super excited about. So, like, the weapons aren't the question.
I literally just said that.
Keelin Russell and his arm talent, not the question. He's not going to hold himself back, it sounds like, with his mentality playing the position. He's going to cut that thing loose, let his guys go make plays. Not to say that Keelin Russell fits the description of like a quote-unquote gunslinger. If you want to put him in that category, more power to you. But I just love that he plays the position with a certain degree of confidence. You saw that at the high school level. You saw that during the A-Day. He would not be your guy at Alabama if he didn't put that on display during this camp season out there.
I agree.
Understand that. So what does that mean? It means
but
that,
you know what? I want to question this. I want to question this to all the non-believers of the Coach Smook Network. Now that all of this being said, I would dare you to go back and play any stream where a quarterback battle discussion happened on the Coach Smook Network and listen to everything that I was saying before fall camp kicked off, before spring camp ended. Like, I had called this from April. You guys were still trying to make it a race. All of these things I've been saying since then. And that's what makes it so funny when people say, you know, I don't know football or I don't have any insight. Like, it's been a decision since July. I'm being honest. The decision has been in for real since July. It's been a couple little proven points, but even if those questions weren't totally answered, they felt comfortable going in with a 85-90% sureness on Keelon Russell coming into the fall camp. So the little 10% that he was able to make up in the what, 10 practices for the 2 scrimmages, in what is it, 12 practices, 10 practices, they had 2 scrimmages. He was able to make up that 10%. It shows you that his progression, the way that he's continued to progress on the upward scale, on the upward trend, is consistent. You haven't gotten that from Austin Mack, and I've been on that for a while now. He continues to show up just like what caused them to not be in the battle against Ty Simpson last year.
Position to thrive, like you're driving this car how it's supposed to be driven, pushing the ball downfield. That's really what I think Jalen Milroe kind of struggled with when he was the guy in Tuscaloosa. Now, Ryan Grubb was not the OC for that offense. Understand that. But you go back to the Washington days when Grubb and DeBoer were together. That was an absolute aerial assault out there in Seattle every single Saturday. Penix Jr., Adunes, like there was a bunch of names, but they were really able to put defenses on their heels with how aggressive they were downfield. Last year for Ty Simpson, even with no run game, average depth of target right around 9 yards, just a hair under. They were putting defenses on their heels and giving their run game at least a chance to be successful, which I think is important with the Keelin Russell QB1 tab here to make sure we make note of with what he brings to the table. Like him being so willing to push it downfield, so confident to push it downfield, you would hope now success in that department creates better run looks.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level, One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel. Talking about Jalen Milroe and the Pips, the perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
It's not going to take us a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just feel sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
To put it simply, defenses are going to say, hey, this sucks getting eviscerated by this receiving core and this quarterback. Let's maybe drop a few. Let's maybe be a little bit more keen on what the pass could be here with Keelin Russell. Let's maybe lighten that box a little bit. When that happens, okay, now we got a chance. Now we can start to dial up this run game a little bit more effectively, is the hope. Does it work that way? Do they call it that way? To be determined, but that's the hope.
He gives you all of that. He gives you, he doesn't limit you. And that's the main thing I've been saying the past 2 years.
Run game. This is something that was talked about a lot with Keelon Russell, with him being the guy. The dude just makes plays off script. When it breaks down, Keelin Russell gives you a little bit more margin for error with that offensive line. Now, in Tuscaloosa, you are hoping and praying and believing now with your chest that offensive line will be better than it was last year. But all that's to say,
but the
maybe
thing
it's not
is,
a finished product the first couple weeks of the season.
But the thing is, the offensive line, I want y'all to really go back and watch the Bama games with no bias and really look at how much quality protection Ty Simpson had and how many times we did not see a ball thrown downfield or at least attempted to pressure a defense vertically. Everything was choppy, shaky. It was very rare you saw Ty very comfortable going through his progressions and being able to throw the ball in timing. There are multiple clips of Keelin just, and I'm gonna say it right now. It's multiple clips of Keelin continuing to just be in phase, know what's happening. Ryan Grubb talked about know what's happening. You see him in his depth. His eyes are where they're supposed to be in his dropbacks. No matter where the pressure is coming from, being aware of it, having a pocket presence, being able to understand what's happening on the scheme, what you see and develop downfield on the defense, and process all that, and still get out a consistent ball that requires a high level of quarterback mechanics and execution that you don't get in every quarterback. Sometimes you just live with the best of what they do. When you have a guy that checks all the blocks, you build on that. And I think that's where Keelin Russell is kind of proving his state.
Maybe we're still getting our sea legs. As that's happening, Keelin Russell, the football player, can make things happen when things aren't so good up front. That's important. But in terms of the run game, you can call stuff for Keelin Russell too now. You can call design quarterback, run, read option, all those things, which, one, gives you more production in the run game, which Bama fans, you're like, hallelujah, we need some of that. I understand. Two, though, if you're keying on Keelin Russell, the runner, that divides your attention as a defense. Just purely the read option. You got a defender assigned to
And then the
play
crazy
quarterback.
thing
You got
is,
a defender
he's like straight line speed. He's not a pull away guy, but that in and out the cuts like Jaden Daniels used to do.
assigned to play the running back. If you have a defender assigned to play the quarterback and Keelin Russell doesn't have the football, guess what? That is one less defender. Not out of the play per se, but maybe his attention is a little bit slower.
Delayed.
Maybe he's a half second late
Keeps
to
the
his
window
key
open. Yep.
to then go play the running back. So in theory now, it should give your running backs a little bit more oxygen, a little bit more room to work with.
Facts.
With Keelin Russell back there.
Because he's an actual threat. Both legs, arm, everything.
Making things happen with his legs. There's not a ton to go off of with him from a game tape perspective. But I will say, if you go back and watch what's available to watch of the A-Day, the thing that I loved about Keelin Russell's game was, yeah, he obviously is a really good athlete, can make this happen with the football in his hands. That's huge. But I felt like Keelin Russell didn't just create for the sake of being creative and being a good athlete and using that as like a crutch. I felt like he did a really good job of being sudden in the pocket, evading pressure with like short, quick movements, those 6-inch movements you hear quarterback coaches talk about, where you just step in the pocket or you step out of the harm's way, and did a really good job getting the ball out of his hands to the outlet player. It wasn't a whole lot of, I need to make a big play, I need to push it downfield. He has that desire and that confidence, but he had no problem stepping out of harm's way with a blitzing linebacker, check it down to your back. That was some of the best stuff I saw Keelon Russell do, quite frankly. Keelin Russell do. It's going to take a second. We'll get there, but just roll with me here. So that in itself, again, goes to the idea of, with Keelin Russell back there pulling the trigger, you give your offensive line more margin and allow more plays to stay alive, which is kind of what Ty Simpson made a living doing last year for Alabama, right? Like, how many plays did you see Ty Simpson make when things weren't perfect, receivers had to break off their routes, he had to find an outlet player, whatever it was, and positive things happened? Keelin Russell makes good things happen, which is really the intel out of fall camp is, hey, when he was in the game, when we're spotting the ball and playing football, good things happen.
Facts.
It's a good way to tell who your starting quarterback is going to be. So going forward now, this is going to sound super cliche and no duh, but just roll with me. Having consistency with what you can expect from Keelin Russell is going to be what determines the level of success for Alabama as an offense. Now, if you don't run the football, can't protect him, that's a whole different conversation. But just at a jumping off point, if Keelin Russell can be predictable for Ryan Grubb and Kalen DeBoer to create game plans for and call the offense for, that in itself is going to set you up for success, because Jalen Milroe, as good as he was in flashes, like what he did against LSU in 2024 was an absolute Mona Lisa of a game. I mean, he was
4 rushing touchdowns
against Georgia, unconscious. But for those games, you got the Oklahoma game where he's giving the football away. You got really inconsistent play from Jalen Milroe. If Keelin Russell can just be consistently like B+, okay, if I'm Ryan Grubb, I know what kind of game plan I get to call or have to call for Keelin Russell to have success. So him being predictable now puts the control more or less, or the responsibility more on the offensive minds in Tuscaloosa. And those offensive minds now are really freaking good.
Yeah.
So if Keelin Russell can be predictable, you give yourself a chance to maximize your edge of having two of the best offensive minds in college football working together. All right. With him winning this job, I want to make sure we take inventory of this. Keelin Russell won this job with a non-contact jersey on, as you know, par for the course, college football. Meaning now, one of his best assets, what he can do with his legs as a playmaker, as we've discussed, was not on full display. So that tells me, okay, you trust Keelin Russell, the decision maker.
Not the athlete, not the guy that could get out in open field and utilize his legs. What everybody was claiming was the only separation between him and Austin Mack. You haven't been able to see that. Nobody's been able to put a hit on him since he's been in college. You know, other than the few snaps he got in ULM, he got a hit, stepping up in the pocket. Then you saw what he planned to do, what he did in that game. It's literally what he does, what he wants to do. He's going to press the pocket. He's going to extend the play. He's going to look for the pass downfield. Eyes always downfield. Doesn't allow pressure or a pocket breaking down to fluster him and forget what the grand scheme of the play is. I'm glad JD's highlighting that because it's important to understand that's where Alabama's offense has been limited in those losses. Oklahoma lost for 2 years. It's been the same thing. When the play breakdowns, we don't have a guy that can make some extra things happen to give us a little breathing room for guys to self-correct. When the play breakdowns, typically with Ty Simpson, guess what happens? It's typically a catastrophic play, a sack fumble, an interception, an underthrown pass, a unnecessary throwaway when you got 7 yards of open field in front of you. You're not going to get that with Keelon Russell, and that's you see that. Because now, even with a non-contact jersey and not being able to take most of his plays are giving you confidence to say he knows what we're asking him to do.
Questioning who had the higher floor in this battle. Or, the higher ceiling. Nobody was questioning, hey, who actually in 2 to 3 years has more juice or more ability or whatever the case may be, whatever descriptor you want to use. Nobody was questioning if Keelin Russell could freaking spin it or had the best arm, quote unquote, in this battle. The question was, hey, Keelin Russell is younger, has had less time in the system. How does that look when you actually have to go, play football? How does that look when you have to trust him to make good decisions during a scrimmage in fall camp? Him being named the starter over a guy with more time in the system should tell you they trust Keelin Russell, the decision maker.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge. Again, ability not a question, but the decision making of Keelin Russell, being good enough to tab him as the guy ahead of week 1, that is huge, and that gives me a lot of confidence that he's going to be really freaking good this year. So, again, my expectation for Bama this year was with this decision built in. He's a game breaker. He's a playmaker. Super high ceiling. Can't wait to watch him spin it. And Alabama fans, the wait is over. You have your guy, but that's what he brings to the table, what you can expect.
Appreciate JD Pickell for that one. JDP, man, the great take, great observation. Just to coincide with everything he said, I am not trying to show him up nothing, but we've been saying the same thing since April of this year. When spring camp kicked off, we were talking about just the early presence of Keelin Russell. We utilized our opportunity to get on the field or get around the facilities, and we got to evaluate certain things from a different perspective in real time. And I promise you can go back to any live stream that's post-practice or pre-practice report, that anything where we talked about quarterback battle this whole time has been leaning towards Keelin Russell. And I really confirmed it in July. Be on the lookout for that video on the that VOD on the Coach Smook React channel. But without further ado, man, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of the content here on the Coach Smook Network. And remember, when you see me in the streets, holla at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I'll catch you on the next one. You be blessed. We just want to thank you all for tapping in on today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on the stream. And also, continue to keep the notifications on. We got a lot of content coming. We got more live VOD reactions. And in these VOD reactions, we want to see you get in the chat and have some fun. So next one, let me hear your thoughts in the chat. You might be featured on the next video. And don't find yourself on the next Check Your Comments episode. We got some fun happening here on the Coach Smook Network, man. A whole new season, a whole new vibe, and we about to make it pop. I appreciate y'all for supporting and always being here with your boy, Coach Smook. Remember, when you see me in the streets, holla at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Be blessed, y'all.
in my veins, talking Bama in the microphone. Look me up on YouTube. True cut, straight from the stone. Ain't no selling their retails, I'm exposing what they want. Alabama football, yeah, I live it, yeah, I breathe it. From the streets to the bleachers, every angle, yeah, I see it, film, study, so militant. I ain't guessing a thing. Break it down, every snap is like a coach of the team. Authenticity above all, that's where I stand. If you ain't a real fan, you'll fail with the fan. They tried to box me in, and I keep it dope off the frame. Turn the pressure into power, put my stamp on the game. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, Coach Smook, that's what they saying. Put me in the game, coach, in the game. Put me in the game, Coach Smook, that's what they saying.
Players and the staff are pulling up right now for today's scrimmage. Coach David Ballou in the front. Y'all can see everybody pulling up, man. And boys over there, look at Deontay.
Hey, y'all, I'm walking out of Walmart. Check, what's your name, bro?
Man, my name Michael McKinney, man. I'm a true Alabama fan, and this man does a good job on his podcast.
What's up, bro?
Reviewing Alabama football. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Appreciate that, bro. Roll Tide, man.